Good evening, all, and welcome to the UBF podcast. I am Thomas, and the man to my right, who shall not be named, is
Abs.
Abs. Question for you.
Yeah.
I know the theme was today: blue is the colour, football is the game. We're all together, and Chelsea is our aim. Correct. So why'd you go light blue instead of dark blue? Can I ask?
So before I get slaughtered, and before I get killed by more than one person in this room, I got into the A-League properly. I'd say this last 12 to 18 months.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah. And even around the time when me and you met each other.
Sound like a love story, but carry on.
You like you support the Wanderers. I'm like the Western Sydney, represent, my people.
Greenacre boy.
Yeah.
It's meant to be.
I thought I'd give it a go.
Yeah.
I'd give it a crack. And you know what? It's been a great experience. The people that I've met, the players, the fans, they've been great. But
so you're breaking up with me, is that what you're saying?
I'm breaking up with the Wanderers. I'm going back to my ex. So I grew up a Sydney FC supporter. Thomas doesn't like that.
Sorry, Jules, can you? There's a bin just outside. Can you? I might actually try it.
Yeah. So unfortunately, this past few weeks, I've had an identity crisis when it came to the A-League, and I've really been asking myself, do I really support the Wanderers, or am I just trying to do it for the sake of the podcast or my friend, or just them being around the area? And I came to the conclusion of every time the Sydney FC won, or watching them on the weekend when they scored 4 goals, brought a smile to my face. And after that game, I regret buying that jersey at the game.
That jersey, you regret it?
This jersey I went and bought today. Thank you to the Top Ride Rebel Sports. Supplied it in my size, and also I had to look good when I'm wearing this jersey. So thank you to the Clipper Cartel and Greenacre for
So imagine that he gets his fades in Greenacre, but he travels to the enemy, the East, to go get a Sydney FC shirt.
I'm a Sydney FC boy.
Of course you are.
I grew up a Sydney FC boy.
Of course you are.
I grew up. Look, I didn't have a Marconi. I didn't have a Sydney United to support. So before the Wanderers were a thing, it was Sydney FC.
Should have stuck with NRL, to be honest.
Look, mate, we wouldn't be here if I'd done that, would we? So look at the balloons behind Thomas. They're in congratulations of the win. Matson behind the camera is also supporting Sydney FC today. He's got a Sydney FC cap on, and our good friend Francis Akma is also a supporter of Sydney FC. So
you know what? I think we should give a round of applause to Sydney FCA.
Yeah, I think so too.
Matt, Francis, come on.
Come on, Thomas. Round of applause.
Good job, Sydney FC.
Anyway, so it got called the Sydney Demolition Derby.
Oh, that's what I wanted to call it.
Yeah, I'm just repeating that fact. So I'm not gonna say good job, Sydney FC. I'm in fact gonna focus on where we fell off. I don't know what Rudin, for me, he's a motivator. Okay, that's his sort of tactical. You're either a tactician or you're either an extremely good motivator, and you're a really good man manager.
Yeah,
he's been here for a year and a half, Rudes, and he's been in charge of four to five derbies. There's only so much motivation. There's only so much stuff you can talk about the West against the East, blue collar versus white collar, middle class versus upper class, etc., etc. You're sort of getting my jargon, yeah? Unfortunately for me, I think that's run out for Rudin. And the players look lost. It looked like 11 men versing a team. It looked like they'd never played together. And it looked like it was an absolute shambles from minute one. An absolute shambolic performance from the Western Sydney Wanderers. For me, the worst derby since we got smashed 5-0 at ANZ Stadium when Josip Gombau took over, where he fielded youngsters and we lost 5-0. And for me, this could have been 6 or 7, to be honest. An absolute shambolic performance from Western Sydney Wanderers.
I just don't agree with the team that he put out. Battleado in midfield, Kittle
in the 6.
Kittle up
in the
front.
6, brother.
It was basically Hendricks on his own in midfield, let's be honest. And then they kept trying to play down the side, play chip and chase type football, where they're just trying to lob it over the top, hoping that they can. I think there was a stat in there somewhere. Sydney FC won 75% of the aerial duels.
My question to you, though, is in any facet and walk of life, if you try something 100 times, do you reckon you should change the tactic if it's not working?
Probably change it after 3 times.
I'll probably change it after 2 times, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because they pressed so incredibly well. And credit to David's Village, their assistant coach. He actually spent a lot of time with Austria. I don't know if you know that, working under Ralf Ragnick. And he's developed a playing out, stopping other teams playing out from the back.
Yeah.
So he's learned the pressing system. And if you looked at every single time they pressed, they had 2 players on the 6, both sixers, a man marking the left and right back, and pressing the ball carrier.
You saw it down the right side a lot, where Lolly and Grant will basically isolate Milanovic on the left, and every time we looked centrally, they were all over Hendricks every time.
Absolutely shambolic. Credit to David's Village, and the Wanderers kept playing into their hands. They kept literally allowing Sydney to press us, suffocate us. It was absolutely incredible to watch. For me, I think Rudin was tactically naive. I think he stuck to his system too much, and for me, I think he's tactically inept in how to get out of a press.
Can I? Why did he? I still don't understand the Battleado thing. I'm going to stick to it because he did have an option on the bench.
Priestman.
Why wasn't Priestman starting?
For me, I understand the inclusion of Battleado. I don't understand the inclusion of Battleado as a 6. For me, I called for Sonny to start.
Yeah, he did in the wrong position.
He did in the wrong position.
Yeah.
Although you could see the class in 30 seconds glimpses throughout the whole game. I think he had 45 seconds worth of actual good stuff on the ball.
Yeah.
That'd be credit to
that
Sydney.
one pass, I think, that he made through.
And the little turns, little dummies. For me, though, it was just the wrong choice in where to play him. Just silly.
Like a bit of the action, I think. Credit to that first goal. Very, very well taken. Lolly off the corner.
Training ground. Practiced, perfected, executed.
It was clean. It was very clean. And look, I just think the Wanderers were too stubborn. The players, forget Rudin, I think on the field, it's not working. And it goes back to what we said a few weeks ago, where I just think they struggle to kind of adapt.
Figure out a plan B.
Yeah. It's sad to say because you saw the derby, you saw the fans, and I'm looking at it that perspective. You saw how the stadium was packed. And people started leaving.
We'll quickly touch on to that.
Yeah,
we don't want to go too much into detail, obviously respecting people's privacy, because obviously there was some minors involved, there was seniors involved, and obviously there's other stakeholders that we obviously don't want to mention. For me, though, we don't condone any violence from the police attacking the RBB, and obviously we don't condone violence from the RBB attacking the police.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. We can't mention, obviously, names. We're well versed in that detail. We sort of know. For me, though, if they are going back to their seats, I can understand the frustration. The only thing that I would mention to the RBB is that the players were confused. You could see that there is a 12th man there, really, when we do have the RBB. And the players were confused, and they actually came up to some of our supporters, and we can't mention names again, but they actually questioned why the RBB left.
Yeah.
And obviously that's been made clear now, and the players, I'm sure, have all seen that. But in the game, it doesn't look good.
No.
That's the only thing. And for me, though, even Sydney FC, I think Sydney FC actually failed to capitalise on that.
Yeah.
They could have been a lot louder. They could have gone a lot longer than they did, the Cove. And I think they actually failed to capitalise on that because they're not the best.
You lost
fan base.
4-1, mate. So no.
Listen, for me though, do you agree on that point with the RBB?
I think I don't want to go too deep into it, but we're there to watch football and enjoy it, and I think at the end of the day we don't condone any violence, like you said, both ways. We don't condone any, the behaviour that we see sometimes. It's not everyone in there, but there's a few.
But obviously, like we said, it goes both ways.
It's a two-way relationship at the end of the day, and we're there to watch the football. And the last thing we want as football fans is to come out of that game and whatever result it is, that be the thing to talk about.
But the only thing is that whether you like it or not, the RBB does have a crucial play in the atmosphere that you just said that you want to create at a football game.
You go and look at the games that aren't as packed, if you want to call it that, like, Perth Glory, Western Sydney Wanderers.
You can hear Tumbleweed coming through.
You can hear Tumbleweed come through, but you can still see the RBB jumping up and down.
Of course you can.
So either way, I think it's an unfortunate set of events that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, We wish. It just doesn't happen. But unfortunately, you can't avoid these types of situations.
Listen, there's obviously going to be an investigation by the A-Leagues, and hopefully that can clear up any confusion that a lot of West Sydney Wanderers supporters had.
As we're talking about confusion,
Fourth goal.
oh mate,
Bonatig, I think, didn't have the worst game. I don't think he had the worst game. I think Badalado had a worse game for me.
yeah, but poor Bonatic, but even getting subbed off as well.
Came off, and then Beedlin obviously was the one to make the unfortunate. If you look at the pass before it got to Beedlin, that wasn't the best.
No.
Shaky, bouncy, slow, and it was literally bobbling off the ground.
Yeah.
Don't blame the surface. Surface is perfect. Went back to Beedlin, and then Beedlin thought, ooh, that player's gave me a perfect ball, and he said, ooh, I'll give it back to Margush the same way. And then you expect the keeper to have the best ball control in the world. No. So listen, simple. If you play a shit pass, expect a shit touch.
The commentator called it football suicide.
Football suicide.
Yeah.
100% correct.
And that's exactly what it was. And I'll be honest with you, I think by the third goal, when Bonatic passed it to, I'm pretty sure it was Priestman in midfield. He got pressed by Hoffman.
Yeah.
I think it was Hoffman.
Yeah.
And then took the ball straight to Robert Mack. And I think at that point,
Yeah, gone, finished. Yeah,
they were gone.
For me, it was gone after 6 minutes. That was
I didn't not expect it.
Zero intensity, no response, flat. The thing I want to go to before our little discussion point about the game is, I think when it's a derby, people say form goes out the window, everything does go out the window. For me, it does. Personally, I agree. For me, though, you step up your intensity, you step up your desire, and you step up your fight to win. All the week, we got clips from the Wanderers and FC of little argy-bargy, little tough scuffles, little shoulder-to-shoulders, tackles. That's what gets the fans G'd up. The Wanderers showed nothing to that. Fouls. 18 fouls from FC to 6 for the Wanderers. No fight. We look like a schoolyard under 7, passive. Oh, shit, we can't tackle the under 12s because if we get tackled the 12s, we're done. Doesn't work like that. Put your foot out, go through someone, cop a yellow. That sparks the team up.
Yeah. And
it's the exact same like if you get a penalty and your keeper saves it. Does it spark the team up?
Yeah, it does.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
There was zero desire, zero fight, zero energy from the Western Sydney Wanderers.
I think if you look a bit deeper in it as well, the Wanderers eventually, I'm pretty sure, did have more possession than Sydney FC did. But ultimately, that foul count makes sense.
Of course
They just constantly wanted to disrupt the game, and it worked, and it worked, and it worked. Because we know the Wanderers. They hold all the ball and do nothing with it.
Of course it does.
So, yeah, look, one team turned up and one team didn't at the end of the day.
It's as simple as that. That's the simplest sentence you could put it in.
Yeah.
My question to you, if this display of football continues from FC, can they come top 2, possibly overtake Wellington?
I think they're one of those teams that doesn't need to finish.
Bear in mind, this is from the new Sydney FC fan, undisclosed today, apparently.
Look, I said it last week. Joe Lolly's been on fire all season.
I said that as well.
Yeah.
Credit where credit's due. But I'm more simple. Can they overtake Wellington or Central?
I don't think they'll finish first or second, but I think that they're a team that can go deep into the finals.
Will they finish higher than the Western Sydney Wanderers?
Yes. Without a doubt.
Will Wanderers make top 6? The fact that you have to think about that is scary.
You know why? And you know what? It's not to do with the Wanderers. It's more so the teams under it.
Yeah.
And they've just given themselves enough of a head start to be as shit as they have been and still hang on.
Don't forget.
For now, yes, I think if in the next 2 to 3 weeks they don't pick up, I'd say out of the next 3 or 4 games, at least 2 wins, I think they're done.
City's catching up.
I think City's catching up and they're done. They're absolutely done. And I think as much as I hate to say it, I think Roldan is in trouble because...
Mate, he got a 3 contract extension. For me, though...
Contracts mean nothing these days, man.
One, I don't understand how you give it for coming top 6 last year and bowing out in the first round of preliminary finals against your biggest rivals.
Yeah.
If that deserves a 3-year contract, brother, get me and you as assistant coach, we'll get a 10-year contract for just talking about it.
No,
but do you agree?
Yeah.
What's he done to deserve a 3-year contract?
No, I know.
Do you agree?
I just think that it's not necessarily the best job to take on. Yeah, it hasn't been easy since the days of winning the Asian Cup.
It's Papa. Yeah,
okay, so it's similar to the Manchester United job, for example. you're going to give an extension to anyone who can seem to give you a little bit of light. They made top 6. All right, they got knocked out. They think, okay, next season we can improve. We can improve. By the end of the 3rd year, we'll give another 2 years and we'll win in the league. Doesn't work like that.
No. It's the wrong model.
No. But my question to you, do you think they can recover?
I think we'll actually finish 6th. I don't see us finishing higher. We will finish 6th.
Do you think you're capable of finishing lower?
Of course we are.
You don't think you will finish lower?
No, I think we'll finish 6th. I think our squad, that talent in the squad is better than a Perth, is better than a Wellington, is better than a Brisbane, and is better for me than a Newcastle.
He just needs to scrap the 4-4-2. It's not working. It's not working. With the team you have, you don't have enough midfielders. Play a 5-2-3.
He's never gone 5 at the back.
He's defensive as it is. He might as well. He's a defensive coach. You're telling me he hasn't tried it before?
So you want to go back to the days of Robertson? No thanks, not for me, man. That was the most boring
But
stuff.
right now, with the squad that you have, you don't have the midfield. Until Brillante is out. But you got 2 midfielders that probably deal with playing in that position. What happens if one's out?
We haven't got 3 stable centre backs.
You got Marcelo,
Bonatig. Beelin's actually, when he signed for us, was a midfielder. He doesn't trust, what's his name? The Crow. Donny Goodrich. He doesn't trust the Goodrich.
No.
He doesn't trust the Greek guy, Anthony. So you can't play 3 at the back. It's as simple as that. For me,
what about Beedling?
No, he's not. You saw.
I don't know. I just don't think the 4-4. It's not working.
I agree.
It's just not working.
But you got to 4 at the back.
But you got too many attackers as well. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, I agree.
You're stacked up the front.
Yeah.
It's like that picture of that Ferrari with a horse at the back.
Let's just do a Thiago Motta. But why not? Just put 10 up front.
Yeah.
Mate, you saw Barella. He was working hard. Mate, he was doing more running than Badalado did first time.
Yeah.
Question.
Nah, Barella's been he has been good since.
You heard it first. Chuck Barella in the 6.
Chuck Barella.
Okay. You heard it first.
Look,
moving
on to the women's game.
Another great result from the West Sydney Wanderers.
Right.
Superb.
2-0 Sydney FC to the Wanderers. We were at the game.
We were.
I have to say, Sydney FC have come into this game. I've only lost 1 game in their last 12. You know when that was? It started the 10th of December, the day before my birthday.
2021 or
2023.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So Mackenzie Hawkesbury came into the game. So I was looking to Opta stats a bit.
Here we are. The stat merchant comes in again. Love it.
She's averaging at 8.03.
Not bad.
And she's only played 11 games this season. So
sure.
She's proving to be a vital player. And they're 3rd in the ladder at the moment as we speak after that game. I have to say, Shem Karmas, the keeper for the Wanderers, had it not been for her in that first 10 minutes.
Could have been 4, brother. It could have been 4.
Can I give you a crazy stat?
Tell me.
They had 10 big chances created. FC.
How much Courtney Vine have?
I think it was about... she created about 2.
Yeah.
But they missed 8 of them. I'm telling you, had Sydney FC rocked up with their shooting boots, dear God, that would have been a massacre.
You know who missed a few? Lemon.
Abby Lemon.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Courtney Vine created a few.
Can I do it or not?
Go do it.
Abby did not make lemonade that day. Okay, I'm sorry.
Life gives you Abby, you make lemonade.
Oh God. Sorry, that's my fault. I'll take full ownership of that. Sorry.
Look, you know who did do well, and she came on for Ms. Lemon. Kaylee Tellen-Haneker.
Debut, eh?
Her debut in
18?
the Liberty.
18?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one that scored to make it 2-0?
Yeah. So she won the penalty as well. She came on that left wing.
Wow.
Yes.
Talk about impact.
And you know the defender she was dealing with as well. She's much taller, much stronger.
Yeah.
She wrestled.
Yeah.
As they would say.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
In her first game, but that's what I like about it. It's I'm pretty sure she's come from the it's the the Football Institute of New South Wales.
Okay.
So they're picking her straight out.
Yeah.
They're picking them straight out of these institutes and these
Unfortunately,
clubs.
she didn't come to Wanderers, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. She came to the more
of course,
superior club.
Don't touch the badge, don't kiss the badge, don't do anything like that. No, don't you dare. Yuck, so disgusting. It's actually disgusting. Anthony, if you're saying this, I apologise, I'll be honest.
Look, Courtney Vine intercepted a pass between Amy Harrison and Vicky Bruce. We've talked about Vicky Bruce over the weekend.
Yeah. Let's get to that quickly. Wasn't a red.
No, it wasn't.
And thankfully, it's actually been overturned as of about 4 or 5 hours ago.
The match review committee looked at it.
It's been overturned.
Yeah.
It looked... The referee, I'm not going to question performance-wise. I think she did have a good game, the ref, to be honest.
Yeah.
Besides that incident, it looked very rushed. It didn't look... obviously, there's no VAR in the Women's A-League at the moment. And it looked a bit shambolic, to be honest. Went there, yellow, then a red, then a yellow. Shambolic, walked off the pitch. She didn't poorly run. And I think that's where we spoke about this 4 or 5 weeks ago in terms of with the referee's performances and need to be
up to scratch.
That needs to be looked at
but
big time.
I think as well, we're getting to that point with the quality of our women's game where fine margins are making the difference. And this is where we need to start having the conversation about bringing in these technologies with women's football, bringing in VAR, goal line technology, where I've already pointed out over these last 4 or 5 weeks, mistakes that could have been fixed with simple technology. The FA Cup game with Man City and Arsenal, where the ball literally was in the back of the net. Referee didn't see it. There's no GLT.
Newcastle, Arsenal.
There's
more. There's so much more.
Even with this, VAR fixes this. She wouldn't be sent off.
Wanderers MacArthur.
Yeah.
Fixes that. It's the exact same thing.
Yeah. I have to say, Shasuri and Abdel Masih had a couple of chances towards the end. Yeah. The keeper wasn't troubled. And yeah, it's just Sydney FC absolutely battered the living hell out of the Wanderers girls.
The Wanderers, our touch let us down, especially in the front third. Our touch was so poor. I think the pass that got actually played into the girls wasn't the best. As a result, it was either overhit or it was like a shot sometimes, just rifled into their foot.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, they're not going to be able to control it.
Yeah. And
if they do, it's too close to the FC defender and they take a shot away.
I think the only time I saw a bit of that control was with Chessery, where she had the shot, she like volleyed it up a little bit and then she hit it. But again, they just did not trouble the keeper. And out of their 10 shots, I think they had about 2 on target.
For me, second to that point, Kush LaRue was very good on the right as well. Kush LaRue for the Wanderers was very, very good. But it's a shame. It's a shame that, again, both derbies ended in Wanderers' defeat.
Yeah.
Now, for me, though, how good was it to see the amount of support that the women's got at the stadium before the game? I think that was a masterclass by the Wanderers admin to obviously get it before. And obviously that ticket allows you access to the men's.
And the women's.
And it's...
all the oohs and the ahs, and you just heard it, and it's so nice to see. And
it's good.
We'll talk about another derby. We're basically doing a derby week this week because there's been that many of them over the weekend. But we're starting, seeing it there compared to, I'd love to be at the Emirates. For example, last weekend we had the North London derby at the Emirates for the women's game. The WSL. Sold out again. We're selling out week after week at the Emirates in the women's game. I want to see that here, man. I really do. And even this weekend, we're looking to head out to the Sydney FC Western United women's game.
I won't be there.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I can't do it.
You're too busy. Busy.
No, I've actually NA'd for that. No, I've actually made myself unavailable.
He put it in the calendar, guys.
Yeah, in the Google Calendar.
But it's just getting out and about and getting to see the array. And what I don't like is the size of the bench for the women's game.
Yeah, I agree.
There's only 5.
I agree.
Like,
it's too small.
There's men, the rules need to be stepped up. There's just so many things that are limiting this game right now for it to just, poor man, explode.
Listen, if you put equal rules and equal playing ground, look at the potential.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And like the one thing before we move on to the next game that I do want to mention is we need to get behind these girls and not just when they're in their green and gold jerseys. We can't, just because then they're playing for the Matildas, we're going to sell out stadiums across the country. We can't do that. Get out to your Sydney FC games. Get out to your Wanderers games. Get out to Canberra. Have a team. Canberra United. Yeah. Like, you don't necessarily have to. Well, week in, week out. But whether it's TV, whether it's on there, they'll see the numbers.
Don't forget, you look at Canberra. Michelle Heyman.
Yeah,
she got her first cap in I think 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Scored 5.
Yeah,
come on, brother.
10-0.
Come on, against Uzbekistan.
I know.
And again, I 100% agree with your point with the Matildas.
Yeah.
If we can get those sort of numbers, even a quarter of that at the W League games, mate, the potential is crazy. And then you're forcing the You're forcing the upper powers to introduce VAR, to make the bench bigger, and you're forcing all these things. You're forcing their hand.
Yeah,
that's the thing that has to happen.
And I'll be honest with you, even seeing, Talon Henniker coming through this week. That's the first we've seen of her.
Yeah.
But now, you were there for that first game. You remember it.
Can I add? The second goal was very well taken.
Yeah.
It was a bad touch. And we were there on the side, and she took it wide, and I'm going, please God miss, please God miss. She recovered very well. And the keeper, you gave her plaudits. She could do nothing about it.
No.
It was a great finish. Great finish. But that touch, I went, oh my God, please miss. It was a bad touch. She recovered brilliantly.
Hey, that ball from Courtney Vine though, wow.
Yeah, but what do you expect? It's the level. It's the level. You show when you got a Matilda bona fide superstar, as you like to call it, bona fide superstar. Look what happened.
Yeah,
it's those little 1 or 2 moments.
Yeah, and look, you watch that game. I've seen a few. You see a few memes on Instagram and TikTok and about the women's game. There's levels to it.
Yeah,
there's really levels to it. These guys that are sitting there behind the keyboard and giving the game shit for this. You step into the field with these guys, they will rip you. They will rip you.
Mate, I'll tell you who ripped one. Marcus Rashford and Phil Foden.
Oh.
Dear God.
If you follow UBF on Instagram,
talk to me.
I was up for the game. I knocked out after 30 minutes. I had hope falling asleep.
Oh, he did, yeah. So
did you see the Rashford goal?
Yeah, unbelievable. My dear God. For me, that was better than Foden's. Yeah. Absolute thundercrack. That hit the net once, twice, 3, 4. Brother, it was doing ping pong between the fucking thing.
Edison didn't even. He could.
No chance. No chance.
I have to say though, you scored one, brother. You had 2 other chances. You could have had a hat trick.
And they would have done you a big favour.
Could have done us all a big favour.
Maybe not Chelsea. We can't catch anyone, to be honest.
Now, United's a bit farther away from you now, so.
Right.
But a bit about that game, Fernandez found himself in the back of a really good over the top pass.
Yep.
Held it up, waited for MBE Marcus Rashford to come through, and he scored that banger we talked about. Let's be honest here, that's pretty much, aside from the 2 other chances that he had, that's all United had.
That's all. Onana, we've given him criticism.
Yeah.
He kept them in the game. They did. So good.
He turns up in the... He's so
It's
weird.
weird.
He
It's
turns
weird
up
moments.
against the big teams, but shits the bed against Luton Town and Sheffield United.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's so weird. You might as well have 2 keepers. You might as well play the good one against the bad teams and the bad one against the good teams. It's reverse.
Just bring back the Gea. Anyway.
It's just weird. But for me, though, United had a clear plan. Sit back and just absorb, and then go.
The Pochettino special.
Don't remind me of my club, please. This isn't about my club at the moment.
So they sat back in almost a 4-2-2 type of formation where you had Kobe Mainu and Casemiro sitting at the base of it.
Yeah.
You had Bruno and McSauce.
In the 10.
In the 10s. They're basically going up and down.
That's unbelievable.
And then you had Garnacho and MBE up front. Look, it worked for a little bit for the first 30, 35 minutes of that game. And then after that, it was just...
Can we talk about something?
Yeah.
Erling Haaland scores the good ones, misses the easy ones, and it's happened not only once, twice, but 3 or 4 times this year. You a bit concerned?
No.
I'm just intrigued by it.
He has that many chances.
Yeah, but the easy ones, like you saw, I've watched 3 or 4 different angles. He's right under the post.
Yeah.
And the fact that he puts his foot, actually elevates it, you just play it flat, it goes in.
Yeah, but
he elevates
it's also, you got to look at his... I get how he can miss it personally. He's very tall. I get the way you got to...
The caliber of the player.
He should have headed it.
He should have headed it.
Yeah,
good point.
But I understand how, with the way he has had to contortion his body to use his foot, should have used your head, but he used his foot as a longer limb. Like, I get exactly what it is.
To be honest, I think you're fishing, but
no, but
I think you're fishing
with that one,
he should have headed it, or he should have adjusted his foot.
He should have headed it.
That's what I'm saying.
But because he didn't, I can understand.
Fishing.
I'm not fishing. I'm not fishing.
Fishing.
Tomorrow at training, give me the exact same ball, and I'll do exactly what he done. And I'll show you what I mean.
Are you implying that you're shit like Haaland?
I'm shit like Haaland. Yes, okay. I'm a goalkeeper. I shouldn't be scoring goals and jumping with my feet up like that, like he does. So, anyway, he still scored a goal.
He did.
A nice one indeed.
Yeah, it's a good one.
But the first goal they scored,
Philly.
Felipe Foden, mate, or as Jack Grealish would say, Little Phil, mate, fucking.
Mate, listen, unfortunately, we should have had Anthony on this week to talk about the Saka and Foden debate.
I still take Saka.
He's good. Mate, I'll tell you, for me, though, I watched something and it does make sense. He's the best thing about City at the moment.
He's a live wire.
That says something.
Yeah.
You've got De Bruyne.
Yeah.
You've got Haaland.
Yeah.
You've got Edison. You've got Rodri. The list goes on. For me, though, by the end of the year, I think De Bruyne, by the amount of games he's played and the impact that he's had,
Yeah.
De Bruyne will outshine Foden. But for now, Foden is their life. Foden is their live wire. Foden's their absolute spark.
Yeah. No, 100%.
And it just showed.
100%. And I think that when Alvarez came on for me and he started linking up with him for that second goal.
He came on for Doku.
For Doku.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Foden kind of just played a bit more of a central role.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure Bernardo Silva went to the right.
He drifts, brother.
Yeah.
He goes everywhere.
Yeah.
He goes everywhere.
I love him. I love Phil Foden as a player.
Yeah.
I still take Saka over him. But
Yeah.
Phil Foden, and I've always said it, and I've said it before this podcast, Phil Foden is my favourite player outside of Arsenal. The way he holds himself, the way he plays, his style of football.
Not Joe Lolly or Fabio Gomez?
Oh, listen, Joe Lolly's got my heart. So
Okay.
he's always had my heart since day one. So
Just go marry the brother. Just get married. Get married. No problem. Just talk to his wife. I'm sure he can arrange something.
I don't swing that way.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, God.
my problem with this game,
Talk to me.
okay. Evans got subbed off for a youngster.
Mm.
His name is Willy Kambwala.
You did well with that.
He had this added to his 16 minutes that he's played over 2 FA Cup games. Now, explain to me this. Lindelof, who was playing left back,
Got moved.
to centre back. He moved Dallo from right back to left back. Moved, Varane to the other side, and then put him at right back.
You're forgetting about Amrabat.
Brother, you had Amrabat on the bench. Amrabat can play left back. Why bring on someone who's had 16 minutes of football in a game that is probably your highest pressure game of the season?
Did you see what Eric Ten Hag said after the game? He goes, we're slowly but surely going to catch up to City at their levels. Brother, I don't know what you've been smoking in Amsterdam, brother, but listen, you need to get off it. You need to get off it.
From the streets of London. Are you mad?
He actually is. That brother's cooked. Like you. I don't think he's deep fried in olive oil. Maybe in canola oil. It's a bit of the herbs, I think. He's cooked, brother. That guy is unbelievable. The way he's made those little adjustments, I don't know if he's trying to tweak. You tweak in preseason. Go tweak in America when you were tweaking there.
Tom, I get they've got injuries.
Brother, it's a Man City derby.
I get they've got injuries. I get that, a few centre backs are out. Maguire's out. This person's out. Wan-Bissaka's out. Who else is out? Luke Shaw's out. I get it. But
27 goals conceded.
And 10 scored.
Are we cooked?
In 11 games against the Big Six, and he's yet to win a single one.
And Chelsea and Tottenham are shit.
Yeah.
27 goals conceded.
Yeah.
And he's playing the youngster who's younger than me and you.
Look, I think his
Unbelievable.
Optimism can only work for so long.
Anthony's a very good player. Anthony's going to come good. I promise you. I swear to God. I give my word. Anthony's going to come good.
Yeah. Bless you.
No, I actually think he agreed with me. That was his sign. He agreed with me. He's shit. He's Ten Hag is.
Yeah.
I have no idea what he did.
He needs to leave for his own career, for his own recovery past this.
What are United seeing him, but?
Their reflection in his bald head.
Thank you. Can you start dialing KJ's number, Emily? I want to get KJ there.
Well, you want to get his reflection too?
That's rude. I want to get KJ's thoughts on Ten Hag again after this game because that is horrific.
No, it is. And to be honest with you, there's no hope. Us Liverpool and Arsenal fans were sitting there praying to the Lord above.
Why'd you get excited for, but after Rashford?
Because he scored. Miracles have happened.
My question to you: did you get excited, or did you just get excited?
I got so excited I put it on Instagram.
Okay, I was going a different direction, but
oh no, not that type of
okay,
excited.
all right,
Again,
cool.
Yeah,
Different podcast.
Yeah.
Relax. Okay. Question to you: City versus Liverpool next week, because I'm done with United to be honest. City versus Liverpool at Anfield. Klopp's last year, they're gonna release 5 inspirational videos on Insta. They're gonna G up. They're gonna get ready.
Every seat comes with a tissue box to start crying.
I swear to God, I've never prayed for your sake for a 0-0 like I've never prayed before. If that game ends in a 0-0, I swear to you, you've got every chance.
A draw. I actually think it's going to end.
So you'll take a 4-4 Chelsea versus Man City.
Oh, brother, I'll take a 9-9. I don't care what it is.
9-9. Who's scoring the 9 goals?
Nunes and Haaland.
I think Foden 9, not Haaland.
Right.
Predictions, though, be honest.
1-1.
You reckon it's actually... Wow.
How often do these games actually... Well, for us...
It's a cagey affair normally.
Do you want my honest opinion?
Yes. Liverpool win. That's my honest opinion.
I actually think it's a draw.
No, Liverpool win. Liverpool win.
Liverpool have been getting...
Darwin Núñez is going to pick up the form right now.
All jokes aside, Liverpool for the last few weeks have been... They're getting to that point, and I saw it with us last season. You're going to run out of gas. You don't have that depth at the moment. You're running thin. You're going to run out of gas, and it's just going to crash and burn.
It won't be against City, but...
That's what I'm saying.
It won't be.
City, at the moment, you can get at City. You're able to play City and still get chances, but it's a matter of the quality that you have in that team to take it. As we saw with you guys. Plenty of chances if you can hit them right. But at the end of the day, you got to have that quality. And the one team that has that quality up front is Liverpool.
If you look at the past fixtures with them, 17-18, 18-19, 19-20, it's been a big scoring affair. They've had their little ties, and I think for me this is going to be very exciting. However, I don't see many goals, in my personal opinion. I think there's going to be chances. I don't think there's going to be many goals.
You know, I've seen it before on Sportsbet, gamble responsibly.
Here we go.
You know when they go like draw or winner?
Yeah.
Draw or Man City. I can't see Liverpool winning it.
Why?
Because I think if any team is going to do it, I think it's Man City. They're just that bit more rigid than Liverpool.
Final prediction.
2-2.
You said 1-1 before. Goal scorers. 2 for Liverpool, go.
Salah. And...
Say it. The Uruguayan lad. Say it. You got to say it.
Darwin
gets on the...
Darwin Núñez. He comes from Benfica. Ideally, again, 0-0.
Okay. But you think 2-2 Darwin and
2-2.
Salah?
I take back the 1-1. I think it's 2-2.
So Darwin, Salah?
And then 2 for Haaland.
Double Haaland. I think I'm 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool.
Darwin, Elliott,
and
Foden.
2 for Foden.
Yeah. Oh. No. 2-1.
Oh. 2-1
Darwin,
Liverpool.
Yeah. Darwin and Elliott.
And
Foden for City.
Now, for those that don't know, the scenario that comes out of this game is if these two teams draw and Arsenal beat Brentford, Arsenal go top of the league.
Yes. Because you beat Sheffield
6-0.
That was a good game.
Just a quick, I'm just going to pull up a few quick, we're going to go through this for a quick minute.
Obviously, he's put the jersey up there. He actually got better than the match, to be honest. Havertz.
Oh, mate.
He did well.
You don't understand. I've backed him since day one.
Quickly.
Since day one.
We're getting...
Since day one. And now he's coming to fruition. Nothing brings me more joy than watching Kai Havertz.
Brother. What's this? 5, yeah? He's had a handful of good games. Okay, let's just... Handful.
Well, he's had more good games this season at Arsenal than he had his 3s at Chelsea.
I'm not denying that.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, he's had a handful of games. Let's not get too excited. He's had a handful of games. I love the bloke. I love him. I hope he does well.
Yeah, have you seen that video of the FTV guy? We're in the Champions League. Anyway, so William Saliba, did you know he completed more passes?
Oh my God, stat.
169.
There's 6 goals and you want to talk about passes.
Yes. Then Sheffield United as a whole team.
Next.
Arsenal are the first team in English football history. 6
goals, Matthew. There's 6 goals to talk about.
I'm going to get to the 6 goals.
About this.
We're going to lead on from this. Arsenal are the first team in English football history.
I've read that, yeah.
To go 3 games away from home back to back and score 5+.
I wish we could do that.
On to the goals.
Here we go.
Which one was your favourite?
Havertz.
Havertz one?
I liked him. When I saw the little blue star at the match, mention on the podcast straight away.
He got an assist.
And a goal.
He got a goal.
Yeah.
Ben White scored a really nice goal.
I was very upset that Smith Rowe didn't get minutes. I was very upset.
Listen, for all those clubs that need a 10/winger, Emil Smith Rowe is up for sale.
West Sydney Wanderers. You've heard the man is up for sale.
He'll work really well with Barello.
He'll work really well at Bounty.
Hey, that solves our problem.
Oh my God. Emil, if you're prepared to take a really significant pay cut, but make my life And my dream come true. Let's make it happen, brother. Let's get the contract.
Oh, mate, Luke, our coach, if you're listening to this, we have found the solution.
Talking about a team that would smash our team. The female version of the Galacticos. Arsenal, mate. WSL. Talk to me.
Biggest attendance for that weekend, and there was a Manchester Derby a few hours up the road.
Unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
60,000.
Speaks volumes.
Yeah. I just want to say, I hope Vivian Miedema is healthy soon after her surgery. She's just come back from 10 months from an ACL.
Sure.
And she's back under the knife for another knee injury. So yeah,
she gets better. Everything goes good.
Hope all is well. And she's one of those first. You know, when you start getting to the women's game, you see a few players. She was one of the first ones that caught my eye. And
besides, what's her name? Williamson.
Yeah, like Miedema, and she's a talent, bro. She's a talent, and she's only 27.
Hey, started hot again, bro. You guys started hot, ready to go, form, unbelievable. So, mate, Tottenham sat deep and compact.
That's sad.
Compact, blocking 5 of Arsenal's first 9 shots.
Typical Tottenham.
Handball. I'm joking. Don't you dare.
We hate Tottenham. But yeah, they said they blocked 5 of them.
Yeah.
They sat compact, man. I think the 4 at the back they had were Needham, Barty, Turner, and Neville. You should know Neville.
I do.
Triple threat. They sat back and they just block after block after block. It got frustrating. I cannot lie.
Zinsberger did well.
Yeah. I was happy. Look, again, I think her being dropped a few weeks ago helped
her confidence.
And her coming back, and I had a look, and I think D'Angelo is out injured.
Yeah.
But yeah, she came back. She was confident. She
starts next game.
Zinsberger?
Yeah.
She should, but she's still very shaky. Like, I think there was a shot that was taken by...
Hey, it was a great save against Thomas, but...
It was.
Great save against
It was
Thomas.
the other shot that worried me.
Who was it?
Jess
something?
Naz, yes.
Okay.
Jess Naz. She had it off the left and she kind of tried to finesse it over.
Yeah.
But Jess Naz kind of almost mishit it. And it went...
It took her by
over.
surprise, but because you got to go through Zinsberger's head.
Yeah, but
she was predicting a finesse.
Her reaction time in general, I think that's the problem.
You saying you could do better?
No.
Good answer. Thank you. Appreciate that.
But like as a spectator, you could tell compared to D'Angelo,
it's scary to watch.
Compared to you watching Mary Earps's and Johanna Hampton's, you know, she's a bit more slower. But then again, she's bigger than these keepers as well. You got to remember, like, I think Mary Earps is an exception. But when you look at Hannah Hampton, she's a lot skinnier. She's a lot smaller. So she can fly.
Get there.
Whereas Zinsberger's got a bit more of a build. Yeah. Like she can...
She's built.
Yeah, but she's got a good grip on her. Yeah. There was a few saves where she just caught.
Her handling, yeah.
Her handling's really good.
Yeah.
Other than that, for me, Leah Waitey done well in midfield.
Yep.
She won 9 duels that game in the midfield alone. She made 14 passes into the final third, and 93% of her passes were accurate on target. So,
mate, someone should hire you as analysis for Arsenal. Swear to God, mate. These stats you pluck out of thin air is incredible. My question to you, though, we can go through stats all day. Mate, Chelsea, City, Arsenal. I know we asked you 2 weeks ago. Judging by the results that come in, Chelsea just won 4-0 on the weekend. Thoughts? Can Arsenal take it out? What happens?
I still think
City.
The goal difference is too big to make up. City. Yeah, I still think City. We're on 19 goal difference. I think City's on 29 and you're on 32.
Kelly and Hemp. They're taking them, brother.
But other than that, it was nice to see my girl Leah as well.
Yeah.
So she's back on the field and we didn't talk about the goal. That's the one thing we actually didn't talk about.
Brilliant goal.
Kim Little, skipper, found Beth Mead.
Captain's contribution, by the way.
Beth Mead, the superstar herself, who would have won a penalty had the ball not landed at Alicia Russo's feet. And honestly, she's proving a great signing from Manchester United.
Of course.
Like, we knew we were getting a superstar, but
it was controversial at the time, but
she's moving from... and her and Latoon are like besties and if we get a Latoon, I'm moving to England. I'm actually moving to England.
Do I come with you or
do you want to?
Chelsea, can you offer me a contract?
Listen, Arsenal, I'm happy to do whatever you want me to mow lawns.
He will go to Arteta's house and clean the whole house just to get a ticket to one of the games. He'll clean the whole house, brother.
Michael, I cleaned your toilet so well.
Clean everything.
Anyway,
UCL.
new format. So yesterday, the Champions League Instagram and TikTok page came out with a beautiful video. So this video was there to explain to us the new format of the year. What is it? UEFA Champions League.
Europa League and Conference League.
Yes.
I find it a bit Super League-ish.
Yes.
Sorry for the little things, but I think it's a bit Super League-ish.
We'll get to that point. I'm going to quickly explain the format because it took me to watch the video about 3 times.
I had to watch it 4.
Just to kind of understand it.
30 seconds. Go.
So, under the new format, teams will play 8 matches in the new league phase, formerly known as the group stage. Instead of a 4-team table in 8 groups, all 36 teams will compete in one league.
So Chelsea's 35th.
They're not even involved. Teams will no longer play 3 opponents twice. They will play 8 opponents once. Split into 4 Ts, T1, T2, same go, pot 1, pot 2, pot 3, pot 4, and then you play one pot 1 at home, 1 pot 1 away. After that, teams ranked 1 to 8th will be going automatically through to the round of 16. Teams ranked 9 to 24th will be going into a playoff, knockout against one another, and teams ranked 25th to 36 are going home.
And bear in mind, not like previous installments of the Champions League, they go home. There's no Europa League and there's no Conference League.
That I like. But
I do. I do. I like that.
There is one slight change with the Conference League. It's 6 spots, so they play 6 group games instead of 8. But I like that. I like that. I like that change. For me, though, I want to go back to the Super League-ish point. Yeah.
You feel it?
Yeah.
I feel it.
Money.
I don't like it.
You know the Shane McMahon song?
Here we go.
Here comes the money. Here we go.
Money.
Money.
I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it.
I like the form. I like the idea, but you don't fix what's not broken.
No. Champions League is just iconic. We got the ball there in front of you. It's just iconic. We've had some brilliant group stages games, and I love the format. I love the away goals. I know that doesn't really take effect in the group stage, but I love it. For me, though, I'm very grateful that they haven't touched the round of 16, quarters, semis, and final. There's still 2 legs, home and away, final, single leg, as per normal.
You physically can't change that. No. If they do,
I
don't know how they're like, they really have to go out of their way.
I actually might go to NRL if they change that.
There's nothing wrong with the NRL, mate.
Okay, anyway.
Look,
no, but can we all agree that's I'm not going to say brilliant move, but it's a common sense move. Thankfully, they haven't listened to money. I don't know how they will change it for money, but it's just brilliant that they haven't changed it.
My only thing is now it means extra games. Extra games for certain clubs. Now it means we're guaranteed to play 2 extra games. So if your club's in the Champions League now, you're guaranteed 2 extra games.
Yeah.
The only problem is if you're 9 to 24th, you're playing an extra 2 on top of that. The other problem is teams that are lesser, let's just say your pot 3, pot 4 teams, they're fucked. They're actually fucked. Like, what have you done? Like Copenhagen.
So Ludogorets, Dinamo Zagreb, they're in the mud.
And the problem is now as well, if you're going through that playoff stage, like you're going to be too like imagine you got the FA Cup and the League Cup to deal with as well. A team like Chelsea, for example, if they miraculously make their way back into the Champions League,
we'll find a way.
They pride themselves on League Cups and competitions, and Premier Leagues as such they speak. When they
how many you got?
Premier Leagues, 13.
No, you can't call it Premier League. They're first division.
We started the 2004.
It was actually
First Division football started a long time before Roman bought your club. We've got 13.
Mate, if you know Roman, you speak about him so much, just give him a call. Give him a call, brother. You just tell him to buy out the podcast, no problem. I'll take a paycheck.
Here's his number, mate. Just
you send it through, lad. No problem. Mate, no more games for teams to play now when they drop out. I'm happy about that.
Me too.
I really, really enjoy that.
Yeah.
And after slandering the Super League for so long, both of us, you had a unique take on it, but I think we both agreed that it's a shit idea. And in principle, I get your point. But
they've done the exact opposite of my point, by the way.
Is this a step into an eventual Super League? buy a big format table? Is this a step eventually into it? Do you think?
Possibly.
So is this a money move then? Is the next question.
Of course it is. Because you're going to get Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich very early on. You're going to get your Barca's versus your Man Cities. You're going to get your Arsenals versus your Milans or your PSGs. Now, you're going to get these big games very early on in the competition.
Bear in mind that tomorrow Bayern Munich might be knocked out by Lazio.
Harry Kane.
Immobile. He's not going to be a football player. He's a mobile.
Harry Kane, just do yourself a favour, brother. Please, just retire.
Brother, just come to Chelsea.
And you're already trophyless anyway. It's not going to help you.
Just get us tonight.
You can take a brother out of Tottenham, but you cannot take the Tottenham out of a brother. You need to understand that. The same way you can buy all the nines in the world that you want, they will not work. Will not work. Just understand there's certain things. It's like Arsenal. We have our own problem. We can only get so far in a European competition.
Is it the delusional fans or is it just the...
No, it's my club that has class and actual history.
Is it convincing people that the Invincible season is better than the Centurions?
It is better.
Okay.
It is better.
Is that
26 and 12 and 0.
Is that next week's discussion point or?
The Invincibles and
yeah.
No, because I think people will be thrown through that glass, whatever the thing is over there, and then
me. You can't touch me. Mate.
Everybody.
I'm the co-host.
Once you start insulting that gold trophy that we have,
but it's quite small. It's like a gold trophy, but it's very small.
You insult that trophy, it's like insulting my family.
I think it's that size. To be honest, I think it is, but like that's a big insult.
Where's your gold trophy?
It's actually at home for winning the under 13 Division 1 title.
Not that one.
Southern Districts.
Not
it's actually gold.
Not the one you bought from the trophy shop on the way home.
I didn't buy it. It was go given to me.
Oh, go given to you. Yeah. Anyways, look, my final thoughts.
Overall
on
thoughts. You like it?
I like the format. I like the from a fan's point of view.
Yeah.
But far out, like
for me, there was nothing wrong.
What you're absolutely screwing both the big clubs and the small clubs. Teams like Real Madrid and Man City,
they're fine, brother.
Bayern and Arsenal
they're fine. No problem.
Are gonna go deep into 4 competitions. Do you think they want to play the extra games and want to? You got to remember, it means now that you're traveling to 2 extra away games on the minimum.
If you want to travel to Combank Stadium, no problem. Come past. We will be there.
They need the support. I said they.
We will be there.
Hey, Combank Stadium, Saturday 5:30, Bulldogs versus Seals. Thomas will be there.
Friday 7:45, Combank Stadium, Wanderers versus Western United. Abdul won't be there because he won't be invited by me.
I actually will be at Allianz Stadium with our good friend Francis on Sunday to watch Sydney FC demolish Brisbane Roar. Anyway, on to Demolition Derbies. Manchester City versus Copenhagen. What are your thoughts, my friend?
How do we sidetrack? City versus Copenhagen. Yeah, City win.
What's the score? The aggregate's 3-1 City's way.
Kovacic gets. I'm joking. Foden 2, Haaland 1.
Bro needs to get minutes.
So it'll be 6-1.
6-1.
Yeah.
Real Madrid, Leipzig.
Give me another 2.
Yeah, Real Madrid's way. Bayern, Lazio.
0. Lazio go through with 1-0.
Bayern's gone.
Yeah, Bayern's gone.
You heard it here first.
Bayern's gone.
And Real Sociedad.
Oh, I pray to God.
PSG.
I pray to God Marino. I pray to God Kubo's showing up. I pray all their brothers are showing up. I'm sick of that club.
All these photo packs from FIFA.
Correct. I'm sick of Kubo packing, but I hope he turns up tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Oh, they're the games for this.
And I hope he cleans that stadium after disgusting.
Why do you think all Japanese people?
Have you seen the footage?
I have.
They're so beautiful people.
What if they don't want to clean the stadium?
Pardon?
But what if he doesn't want to clean the stadium?
He's got no choice. It's in his cultural heritage. He will be disrespecting all the... Yeah, I'm going to move on from that. He'll be disrespecting the heritage. Yeah. Top 10.
Top 10.
Top 10. Hey, it'll be top 10 moments if they knock out PSG. Let's get that. Let's get that absolutely sorted.
Look, before we...
£1 billion bottle jobs.
£1 billion bottle jobs. So that was the title of our video last week. Seemed to have done really well.
Blue £1 billion bottle
Blue £1 billion bottle jobs.
Yeah. This is not Chelsea. This is a Hoffenheim jersey to make this abundantly clear.
Look, before we sign off, I think I want to kind of say, thank you for, everyone that's supported and watched for the last, 13, 14 odd weeks and how far we've come since the start and what we've been able to experience and hopefully plan forward. We've got a lot of things down in the pipeline.
Absolutely. We've actually also got a guest confirmed on within 2 or 3 weeks. We'll reveal that in the weeks coming. Small little teaser.
Mm.
She's had a massive, massive, massive part to play in the Australia Matilda squad.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive part to play.
And I think she's going to be a great example of explaining how far we've actually come
Yes.
in terms of women's football and in terms of how
Compared
far
to-
we've come compared to those days.
Yeah.
So that'll be really good.
Very excited to have you on.
And even talking and getting about, and we've been networking and meeting people, and hopefully there's a few more things down the pipeline, and
Absolutely.
we'll see more of our faces out and about as well, and at games. And now that I support the right team, you'll see me more at Moore Park. And thank you. Thomas, give me those balloons. Give me the balloons. Come on.
No.
Come on. Give me the balloons.
I actually feel disgusted. No, come near me.
No,
But seriously, thank you all. We'll do the customary thank you to Bella Vista Hotel. You guys have been fabulous and continue to do so. Thank you to New Eurovision as well. And we look forward to next week as usual. I have been Thomas.
And I have been Abs.
And this is the
Go on, Sydney FC.
United by Football Podcast. Thank you, Joe. Good shit.